Hey everybody, it's Jeff back with another weekly installment of the top toner auctions to watch. This is the second one. If you missed the first one, my goal is to provide really interesting, really nicely toned coins that you could still bid on today. So these are live. So as long as you're watching it within the day or two, you can actually go out and bid and hopefully buy these really awesome coins. They also have a really interesting backstory. So I want to get right into it. This is all on Legend Auctions, which happens to be having one of their, I think, roughly 10 a year auctions. Typically, it's about every month, give or take. But this one is actually going to be done tomorrow. So short notice, but if you're interested in any of these and you haven't registered yet, you might want to get on the ball, reach out to legendauctions.com, and I think they can typically approve you within a day, especially when the auction's tomorrow. But if you have bought through them, these are some really interesting auctions. By far the most interesting one, though, it's going to be interesting to see if this sells. The Gerald Forsyth Walking Liberty Collection, and he's selling it as an entire 65 lot collection. As you notice, this is the current and all-time finest and has been for 10 years now. You can see it's 100% complete. So it's essentially, if you buy this, if you win this auction, you will buy the complete 65 coin set, which will immediately put you as the number one finest on PCGS. It's a really intriguing scenario here because most coin collectors prefer to build their own set. It's not as exciting, not as fun to just buy a complete collection. However, the wrench in that is, what if that collection shoots you to the number one finest? Obviously, if you have a lot of money and enjoy the registry game, this might be for you. But I wanted to break it down, the cost breakdown. Right now, it's a $2.6 million starting bid, and a 17.5% buyer's premium would get you to a $3.05 million final cost. Now, hopefully you don't have to pay sales tax, because holy crap, is that a lot of sales tax. But that is over 65 coins, which puts you right at $47,000 a coin. I think they said he has 20 complete solo top pops, a whole bunch that are tied for the finest. It's really difficult to know if that 47,000 is a good deal or bad. I guess it seems somewhat in line. I know there's some beasts in his collection that are probably worth well over 47,000, but then obviously some of the more common years in the late 30s and 40s, perhaps that's overpaying. So either way, it's going to be interesting to see if this actually bids, because as you can see, there's no bids right now and there's only a day left. And I've watched Legend auctions pretty much every single time they've had an auction. Some of these big auction lots go zero bids until the day of, simply because people want to be able to see it in hand. So you could actually go to Las Vegas where they're having it, although I'm guessing most people are just bidding online. Jumping to the first coin, and this one's interesting because it actually was for sale in just September of 2020 at Heritage Auctions. Simpson had been divulging a big chunk of his collection, from what I've read, really over the last year or so, and has been doing it in essentially monthly or so increments through Heritage Auctions. And this coin happened to be a top pop in the grade of, as you can see, Proof 67 plus Cameo, some very nice toning. This month, not only do we have the Gerald Forsyth $half collection, but it's $half heaven at Legend Auction. So if you're a $half collector, you absolutely should check it out. They also have not only have a full collection of seeded, every date and mint mark of Business Strike and Proof. They have a lot of Walking Liberties, some Franklin halves. They got a ton of them, but this was by far one of the nicest. They don't have many toned seeded $half, but this is one of the few. I just find it interesting because someone who had bought it just in September, a coin like this, you tend to buy and hold. Obviously, they're flipping it. Has a PCGS price guide of 17.5, and as you notice, the current bid is already over $2,000 more than what they bought it for at Heritage Auctions, which included the buyer's premium. I have a thought here, and I'm probably a total contrarian in saying this, but I've noticed this through putting these videos together, through tracking previous sales. It is a very common theme to see people buy it on a Heritage Auctions and flip it to great collections or legends and make a profit. almost implying that actually you can get some deals on Heritage. And I kind of wonder, just speculating as to why this might be a total anomaly, and maybe I don't have a big enough sample size, but my best guess as to why is they sell so many coins and so many other things that it's easy to overlook certain coins on there. At the same time, I think a lot of buyers are turned away from their 20% buyer's premium and high tax rate. And what ends up happening is most people don't even follow the auctions, and therefore some of these coins go for cheap. I mean, to be a top pop with a CAC sticker with nice toning, buying at 13.2 and the price got 17.5 is a pretty good deal. So it'll be interesting to see where this one final lands at. I'm guessing it'll probably just finish around that current bid level. I don't think anybody else is coming in, but we shall see. The next auction, I'm a Buffalo nickel guy. And you know, the interesting thing about this one, this is top pop type coin. It's 1913 Philly type 1. So anybody who has a type set or just loves Buffalo nickels, I've always been a fan of the type 1 look. It's just so nice. This one's 68 plus with a CAC sticker. Call me crazy, but I don't love it. I don't like the toning on it. I've seen a lot of 67 pluses and 68s that I would have all day long over this coin. I'm just not a fan of that kind of dark toning. They claim it's blazing luster in hand. The picture kind of reflects that, I guess, of the slab. I don't know. It's just I'm just not in love with this coin. Obviously, CAC approved a 68 plus, so this is a beast of a coin. As you see, there's only 4 in the grade, none finer, and as a price guide of 40 grand. Well, this coin's never sold, at least according to public records, but there was one in 2020 that was also a 68 plus CAC that had a very similar look that sold for 31.2. So at its current bid level, it's actually down quite a bit from that. Now, obviously, a coin like this are still through tomorrow evening where you could exceed that 31.2. But as of right now, it's actually kind of cheap given its slab and CAC sticker. Getting to a more reasonable price point here. This is a really nicely toned Washington quarter, another one that has a very cheap current bid level. As you could see, this had actually sold a traded hands back in February 2020 at Heritage for 1,800, and again at Heritage way back in 2013. I don't know if that same buyer in 2013 ended up selling it 7 years later, but either way, it traded for around that same price point. The PCGS price guide is 1,400. There's a handful of these available. It's not that difficult to find a 48 Philly and a 67 plus. Makes it a little tougher when you add a CAC sticker. As you can see, there are a few reasonable comps in this 1,800 down to 1,650 range. Both of those had nice kind of rainbow-like toning. I really like this coin. And honestly, I'm very surprised of the current bid level of $1,000. I'm guessing some other buyers will come in before this auction's over. But if you're a fan of toned Washingtons, this would definitely be one I would be looking at. And then the last two are very intriguing. They are both 1881S, Mint State 66, no CAC stickers. And what you'll notice if you look at the cert number 3800809, the next one is 805. So right away it tells you that probably the same owner of this coin slabbed them on the same submission, because to be 809 and 805, that tells you they're within 4 coins of themselves. They're both really nice. This first one, according to the market, is much better. As you could see, this is a common grade for 15,000 in the grade, 3,800 higher, a 260 price guide. Its current bid, though, is $4,000 with a buyer's premium of 4,700. The estimate from Legends, now these are all Legend estimates, forgot to mention that, was 1,200 to 1,500. So this is nearly 20x the PCGS price guide. This is overpriced in my opinion. So I tried to find a reasonable comp, and as you could see, that picture is not this coin. That was a different Morgan, an 81S Mint State 66 that sold back in June of 2019 for 4,700. So there are not many up in these levels, but to kind of give you a sense of the color needed. Now, what's interesting is take a good sense of what this coin looks like, and then I jump to the next one. Also very nice. Also 81S Mint State 66. But you notice in the bottom right, the bid level is $1,250. So I'm going back. You can get this coin or this coin. In my opinion, they're both really nice. And I know the previous coin might have a little more intriguing colors to it, but I'd be happy with either. And this coin, you're saving nearly $3,000. So I would probably say this is undervalued on a relative sense, but both of them are well above the estimate. But very interesting to see where those will finish. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Take care.